viewers, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Emma and I'm so happy you clicked on my What's for Dinner video. I hope you like it. We'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. Let's just jump right on into this week's What's for Dinner video. Here is everything I'm going to be using for our steak salads. Obviously steak, and then some stuff that we just like to put on our salads. I'm just going to let those rest on my counter for about half hour while I wash my lettuce. Lettuce is washed and dried and in a bowl. Now I'm just going to wash my tomatoes. Now I'm just going to halve them. Tomatoes all halved. Now I'm going to wash and cut up my cucumber. And the cucumber is done. I'm going to add some Tillamook cheese and some chow mein noodles. And then that's all our salad stuff ready to go. In my cast iron skillet here, I'm going to warm up some olive oil and some butter. And I'm just gonna let that melt up. Here's my steaks. I've patted them dry. Now I'm gonna add some seasoning salt. So I've added the seasoning salt. My cast iron skillet is scorching. Now I'm gonna put my steaks in seasoned side down. And now I'm going to season this side. And I'm just going to let them cook on this side for 5 minutes. It has been 5 minutes. Now I'm going to flip them. And I'm just going to cook them on that side for 5 minutes. While the steaks finish up, we're just going to assemble our salads. In the beginning picture, I showed that we were going to use carrots, but I ended up not using carrots. Anyway, there's my husband's. He just has lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and cheese, and he's going to use ranch dressing. Here is mine, but I have the same as him, but I just added some beets and green onion, and I'm having Caesar dressing and some of those Chinese noodle things. And then I just poured a little A1 sauce for our steaks for dipping, and that's our salads done. Once the steaks were done, I put them on a plate and let them rest for 10 minutes. Here, everything is all served up. I love a good steak. Delicious. And here is what the steaks look like inside. Perfection. For tonight's dinner, in my slow cooker base here, I'm going to use half of this thick and chunky salsa. It's a 24 ounce. I'm going to use half of it and just pour it right in there. Next, I'm going to use half of this taco seasoning packet and 1 boneless skinless chicken breast. In. Now I'm going to use half of this 8 ounce package of cream cheese, so 4 ounces of cream cheese, and I'm just going to put it on top of the chicken. Cream cheese is on. Now I'm going to slow cook it on low for 7 hours. I am home from work. My chicken has just been keeping warm. So I'm going to shred that chicken. But I also had some frozen rice in my freezer that I just poured in here with a little bit, or a teaspoon of bouillon and about a half a cup of water, and I'm just gonna let that heat up. I'm gonna try and shred my chicken with my little meat musher. I've seen people do this before. So let's do mine. I'm just gonna wait for the rice to heat up. And then I just grab my tortillas out of my freezer. I keep them in the freezer. And I'm just gonna warm them up. rice is done. Heat my tortillas. Tortillas are done. All our toppings, I just have some mozzarella, some sour cream, and then some leftover salad. I'm just gonna put in there with the chicken. Sour cream is on. Chicken is on. Cheese, lettuce, and tomato is on. And there it is, all served up. Delicious. For tonight's dinner, I am making Philly cheesesteak stuffed bell peppers. I'm going to start by pouring some olive oil in my cast iron skillet and a teaspoon of minced garlic. And I'm going to saute half of an onion. Next, I'm going to cut up some of this thin sliced bacon into strips. This is not bacon, this is steak, Emma. Cut them in strips and I'm going to throw them in with the onion. And then I'm just going to let it cook up for a few minutes. While the steak cooks up, I'm going to wash and halve my bell peppers. And the bell peppers are ready to be stuffed. Next, I'm going to clean some baby Bella mushrooms and throw them in with the steak. Mushrooms in. Now I'm going to throw in some of this rice that I previously cooked and was in my freezer, and I just let it thaw out a little bit. It's not all the way thaw out, but it'll be fine. I'm going to throw that in. Gotta stir, stir, stir.
Found this on the web.
I said stir, 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 not Surrey. Now I'm just gonna season it up with a little seasoning salt. And a little beef bouillon. And then just stir that up, and then I'm gonna pop the lid on and let it cook for 10 minutes. I am preheating my oven to 400 degrees. I'm going to put a slice of provolone cheese on each bell pepper. And now I'm going to stuff them with our steak and onion and mushroom mixture. Here they are stuffed. Now I'm going to add a piece of provolone cheese on top. And now we're going to bake them 400 degrees for 25 minutes. I didn't even notice that one had fallen over. Here they are out of the oven, and here they are all served up. Delicious. For tonight's dinner, I'm going to be slow cooking this whole young chicken. I have my slow cooker base out and the chicken, and then I'm just going to season it up with some lemon, chicken bouillon, and some ground pepper. And I'm going to throw a half a stick of butter on top. But first I had my husband clean the chicken. In my slow cooker base, I poured a teaspoon of chicken bouillon. Then I popped the chicken in. Then I sprinkled another teaspoon of bouillon over the chicken. Then I sprinkled my ground pepper, no measurements. Next I did the juice of 1 lemon. And then my half a stick of butter went on top. And then lastly I poured in a half a cup of water. Then I popped the lid on and we're going to slow cook this on low for 9 hours. And for our side dish, I started by bringing a pot of salted water to a boil. And we're going to cook up some penne pasta. To go in our pasta, I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil to my pot. Along with a hefty teaspoon of minced garlic. And I'm just going to let that cook up for a minute. After a minute, I tossed in some baby spinach and let the spinach saute with the oil and garlic. Next, I added a half a block of cream cheese, so 4 ounces of cream cheese. And I stirred that in until it melted. Next, I stirred in a half a cup of Parmesan cheese and some grape tomatoes. And gave that a stir till everything was well incorporated. I did reserve a half a cup of pasta water. Then, of course, once my pasta was done, I drained it. Then I just stirred in my spinach mixture into my penne pasta. Stir, stir, stir. I always reserve pasta water and I never use it, but today we're gonna use it. It was super thick, so I'm glad I reserved the pasta water. The chicken is done, but now I'm just gonna broil it at 450 for 10 minutes to get it nice and crispy. Here it is broiled. Doesn't that look delicious? Then we took it out the slow cooker and cut it up. This chicken made 3 meals. If you've made it this far in the comments, let me know what your favorite meal was that you made this week. This was probably mine. And then here it is all served up. Delicious. And that concludes this week's What's for Dinner video. I hope you guys liked it. We'll give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Come back on Friday for my Soup of the Week video. Have a fabulous week. Bye.